For some reason, I thought it would be fun to start filming after I finished a podcast series, so crying in the library, what's good? Hello, welcome back. We are playing my TBR game for the month of July. To which I must say, I'm quite literally in denial that the month of June somehow ended so fast. Because I swear, the first 2 weeks were like dragging. They were taking so long. I was like, I have so much time. And then the last 2 weeks kind of like flew by and didn't read my TBR whatsoever. I promise you guys, I'm not this bad typically with TBRs. Like, I'm usually pretty solid. Like, this is my new TBR, my last one, Biblius. I didn't start doing bad until the end. I promise you, I'm actually not this bad. I don't know what it is about this year. I think partly because I'm slowing down on my reading, partly because I have been listening to new podcasts for D&D stuff. So, like, that's kind of been taking up my space. I also have, like, the problem of reading the right book the right way and not having the time to do so. Like, sometimes I'm like, this book has to be an audiobook. Sometimes this one needs to be physically read. I think those are somewhat silly, and I need to do better about that because the amount of times that I'm like, well, I have to read it this way, and then don't prioritize or make time to do that. Like, I was so excited about my TBR for the month of June, but it's fine. We're gonna do better this month, I promise. And one of my goals is, like, yes, I'm putting books on a TBR, and if I don't complete it, then, like, I'll get to them later, so it's fine. It's not a big deal. But for this does mean that we will be going back to the purple spaces. And because I didn't read anything on my TBR, I'm not allowed to move up on the board for the first 2 rolls, because then that would be the 6 failed books. Plus, because I failed the entire TBR, didn't read a single one, we're also going to be adding a roll. So instead of 5 rolls, we're going to do 6 rolls. Whoopsie daisy, pals. I don't know. Sometimes that happens, so it's okay. July will be the month, our month, okay? July is going to be our time. I did read a lot in June. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if I had any 5 stars though, but I did have a lot of like easy reads. I read a lot of graphic novels. I had a good time. We'll talk about it in the wrap up, but just so you know, that was happening. Now let's do the first roll of my TBR game. And for the first roll, we landed on an aesthetic cover prompt. And the first one is an ugly cover. I'm going to be honest. I perused my Libby, my Everand, my Libro, like all of my audiobook platforms, and none of the books that were calling to me had ugly covers. Why? Probably because a book calling to you is going to have a pretty cover, which is a little bit silly. But I will say, a book that was standing out to me when I was looking around is a book that I've been telling my friend I would read for a while, and is also pretty popular, just went from indie published to being traditionally picked up and released. So for this very first prompt, I will be reading Daggermouth by H.M. Wolf, I believe, and I know that this is a dystopian romantasy, which worries me. I don't know if those two combine super well, but we're going to see. Cassidy has deemed the summer to be like dystopian romance summer, if you will, and therefore I guess I'm somehow participating because here we are. I hope that it's good. I've heard pretty decent things. There's also been some like messed up about the author lately, about them like whitewashing their own characters perhaps with some book box character art of the sort, I guess. I'm not like super in it. I really don't go on threads that often because I like myself a little bit too much for that. I already have enough problems, you know? But anyways, Daggermouth, I don't really know anything about, like, the plot, really. I know that my friend Eliza read it and absolutely loved it. I think it might have been her best book of 2025. And this year I only asked for 2 friends recommend books to me, and so this is the one that Eliza gave me. So I have to read it this year no matter what. That's gonna be the first pick. Let's go on to roll number 2, which for roll number 2, we landed on a trope prompt, which was enemies to lovers. Honestly, couldn't have asked for a better one. I'm continuing on with my gay pride vibes because, you know, Pride was a little bit sad this year, and Heartstopper, the movie, and Volume 6 come out in July, so really it is just going to be Pride summer. We're gonna get 2 full months of Pride. I hope you're cool with that. Although, you should be reading gay books all year. Should specify that for those who might not be queer themselves. But yes, Heartstopper will be coming out. I cannot wait. I'm so freaking excited. Like, July 2nd, hopefully in the mail by July 3rd, the latest. I'm gonna have a good time, so catch me crying over Heartstopper all month. But anyways, that has nothing to do with this prompt. This prompt is enemies to lovers, and I had 2 options. I wanted to stay in the sapphic realm. One I was considering is Siren's Kiss, because there is an arc, and reading arcs is good and helpful, but also I'm trying to be kind to myself this summer, and I know that, like, I have a few arcs that I need to read digitally. So I'm going to prioritize those ones and like also be not super heavy on how many physical books I need to read, because reading with my eyeballs with this summer attention span not really going well right now. It's not really happening right now. So I'm gonna go with an audiobook that I have on Libby, which is Vile Lady Villains. It's considered a horror fantasy and romance, but also horror. I know that it's a retelling of Macbeth, which I'm not super familiar with. I'm gonna be honest, that's not one that I had to read in high school. I don't recall any other details of the plot. I do know that it's like two women and then like one and like they're all chatting. I don't know if it's gonna be like a love triangle or if it's gonna be just two sapphics yearning over each other. I'm not sure. It's gonna be a little bit historical. I'm interested. My interest is piqued. I really like the covers, so I'm excited for it. That's all I have to say. Vile Lady Villains. Let's go on to roll number 3, which was another aesthetic prompt. All right. It's hard to say that like the board was like uneven because it comes down to the rolls, but we have the prettiest edition for books that I have duplicate copies of. What a mouthful. I, for this, decided to go with another one that Eliza has been telling me to read and that I've been meaning to pick up for a while, but it's one of those things. Aurelium has destroyed me because I decided to go down like the Dragon Master's Calling, and now any dragon-ish book, I'm like, well, I have to wait until September, and that's just too far away to wait. So I'm gonna go with Bloodbound. This is my Book of the Month copy. Book of the Month, same company that owns the Allure subscription. I think I say it wrong every time. I really am not sure. Nobody has fact-checked me on it, but it's fine. I don't really care that much. It's very expensive, but they also do romantasy special editions. They are pretty. I will say that they are nice. I have been subscribed because I really needed the Throne in the Dark series. So here we are. Now I'm trying to use up my credits so that I can cancel because I don't really need it. But anywho, Book of the Month gave us a Bloodbound edition. So did Allure. Same company. They look different. This one has a reverse dust jacket with the original cover, but also has like very nice end pages. I think that this is still a very nice copy. And guess what? Cheaper than the Allure. The Allure is, I want to say like between $24 and $27. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it's like a significant $20 book, which still isn't like the worst thing ever, but you get what I'm saying. This was $20, and so they feel different, but this one's a nice copy. But this is not the copy that I'm going to read. I don't know why I went on for so long about this. Sorry. The copy I'm reading is actually my new Illumicrate copy that I just unboxed recently. And she's very pretty. I'm very excited. I remember reading the synopsis in my unboxing video. So if you're curious of what this is about, you can find out there. And then you can see like this up close and personal. But I think we're following two women whose fates come together. And there's dragons and magic and stuff. So I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna see if it's good. Ellis Hunter is two co-authors writing. Seems to be very popular. Same with like Direbound. That seems to be the thing right now, is two women coming together to write a book together, which just sounds so stressful. Like, it sounds lovely to be like, oh, me and my bestie wrote a really like nice best-selling book, like everybody loves it. That sounds fun. Having to give up control to be like, oh, we have to agree on things artistically sounds like a challenge, especially for like books where like everybody's opinions differ so much. Anywho, I'm intrigued by this. I'm going to be honest, Eliza, I'm sorry. I don't think this book has 5-star feels for me, just like from the jump. I think the synopsis sounds interesting enough. I like dragons. I don't remember if it's set out of school, but I feel like it has school vibes to it. I think just because it has Fourth Wing vibes. And so I'm a little bit hesitant about these kinds of books when it's like so Fourth Wing coded, but we'll see. I'm still gonna read it. I'm gonna check it out. I've been meaning to read it for months now. On to roll number 4, we got one of my favorite prompts that I'm trying to land on as much as possible, which is a social media prompt. This one is a little bit less fun because some of them I have are like very readathon specific or like community focused. This one is just a book that I purchased on Libro FM. With Libro FM, I am a part of their influencer club. That's for sure not. It's a program. I'm a part of the program, so they give us ALCs, which are advanced listening copies, to certain books. You get 10 tokens a month, and then you can pick between a bunch of different books, like what you're interested in. And then you're not supposed to read them, promote them, talk about them. I have quite a few from the ALC, but I also pay for 1 month and physically own one audiobook, similar to Audible, how you have a subscription. It's, I want to say $17 a month, so if you cancel your book of the month, maybe check out Libro FM. You're supporting independent bookstores when you do so. I think it's a very good alternative to Audible. I love Libro FM. I think that they're a wonderful company, and I've had a lot of fun with them. They just recently did an audiobook walking day, and so I popped in a little audiobook on Libro FM, and I went for a little walk with my dog. It was fun. But, anywho, I'm getting very distracted and off topic. For my Libro FM, I am picking a book that will be featured in a future vlog. I've got some really fun vlogs coming out this month that I'm very excited for, but also nervous about because I'm reading like 10 books in one of these vlogs, And maybe perhaps that's a lot. And maybe perhaps I'm doing that a couple of times. So there's going to be a very heavy reading month for me. And this is one of the books that I know for sure is going to be featured in that video. So I'm going to be reading Beneath. I would love for somebody who's familiar with this world of books. Do I need to read Conform? I have both available on Libro FM. Do I need to read Conform and then I should read Beneath? Because Beneath is like the prequel series and it seems like we're going to be alternating. Conform, trilogy in one world, prequel, Beneath, trilogy, and each like couple of months to a year, whatever, however many books are ready, are gonna get released like in different series. And I'm just curious, like, if I don't read Conform first, am I going to be confused? Because it just feels like extra steps, but I need to read this book, so any help would be appreciated. I guess it really truly is the dystopian romantasy summer, because here we are, 2 for 2. What can you do? I am nervous for this one, but like hopeful about it. I had an interest in Conform, but not like enough to pick it up. I watched Ali Davis read it in a reading vlog, and I was like, yeah, it sounds like a fun time. So I should just, get over it and deal with it and just like read it. But, I don't know. I don't know. I'm nervous about it. But I think all dystopians I'm a little bit nervous about. Silver Elite, it's not giving great vibes, It's not giving me a lot of hope right now. So let me know, do I need to read Conform first? Will it matter? Will I enjoy Beneath more so if I read Conform? Help a girl out. I would love some assistance on this. Let's get on to the next roll, because I'm gonna spiral if I think about this for too long. So the next roll got us a tarot card pull. This is from my Phantomime tarot deck, which is like the Night Circus inspired or themed after. I got the Lover's card, which correlates to the little prompts that I've drafted up to having a love triangle in it. You could also go with like the Tarot Readathon, which just passed in June, which is also just like a book with romance in it, but love triangle, romance, they're basically the same thing. And a book that I did not get to in June that I was so excited for is The Glittering Edge. This is by Alyssa Villar. I had so many amazing books on so many TBRs. I scratched one reading vlog. I just was like struggling with like wanting to sit down and read. So we're gonna do it again. We're gonna try. This is Glittering Edge. This is like a small town mystery between 3 friends, Alonzo, Corey, and Penny. This is the Fairy Loot edition if you're curious. And they're, I think just like solving a small town crime of some sort, or something with like their families. The two boys, Corey and Alonzo, their families hate each other. They're beefing. They don't get along at school. And Penny is kind of like the bridge between them. Penny is like a cool girl, but not like the most popular girl. But I'm hoping to get some like Vampire Diaries energy from this maybe. But like, we're gonna have to wait and see. I am very excited for this. I think the cover is very cute. As we've established, there's gonna be a love triangle. And I've talked about it in previous videos. I love a love triangle. Can they be done bad? Yes, absolutely. But I think that they're just fun and messy. And I love the mess. Anyways. Let's get on to our final roll number 6 for this TBR, and we got our 3rd aesthetic prompt. What can you do at this point? So for this one, I need to read a book with water on the cover, and I thought it would be easiest to go with another audiobook I have on Libby at the moment, which is a new release. It is Midnight on the Celestial, and this is giving my whimsical fantasy vibes. It's young adult, it's not at all the same, but we're gonna say it's the same. It's like Caraval set on a cruise. I don't actually know if there's a competition in this one, but I love the like whimsy of it. It's giving the same as like Hotel Magnifique. It's giving Caraval. It's giving Revel. Like these are all just books that I thoroughly enjoy. I love the young adult whimsy of it all, where it's like such lyrical prose. It's so purple. Like the metaphors are so flowery that like they don't really make sense, but they're so vibe heavy. That's my bread and butter, my guys. Like that is one of my favorite micro genres, I guess. It's just like one of my favorite. I just love a vibe heavy whimsical fantasy, okay? Especially when there's some romance. So the Midnight on Celestial. I haven't actually seen anybody talk about this or review it yet. I feel like I might have gotten it pretty early in its release. So I'm gonna listen to it and I hope that it's very good. I'm hoping, honestly, all of these are giving me like very good vibes. I think I've got a successful month lined up. I just have a lot of reading lined up. Luckily, work is gonna keep me busy, so audiobooks are going to go very well hand in hand with that. I'm just a little nervous that I'm biting off a little bit more than I can chew. You know, like I have to read so many books. But I think we can pull it off. It's me after all. Like I can get unhinged sometimes. And I think this is going to be certainly one of those months where I get unhinged. Sunrise, oh, we should do housekeeping. Sunrise on the Reaping is happening, so I plan to participate. I don't think I'm going to go super hard with it. I'm so sorry to my team, but I am an Aquarius, so I'm on Team Air. I'm going to do my best. If a book applies to the prompts, then like I will submit it, but I'm not doing anything too cuckoo bananas for it. I'm also going to obviously be participating in Summerween, always, of course. That starts July 3rd, goes until the 9th. And so this is hosted by Gabby Reeds. Sunrise on the Reaping is hosted by Katie Colson. And then I will also be participating in Deck of TBR-a-thon, which is hosted by Becca and Chloe. And again, easy mode, like I'm only pulling 5 books. I'm going to put the books that I'm already reading for other things onto that TBR. Like I'm not going to go too crazy. Only the things that I'm already planning on reading, hopefully, will be on it. I'm truly going to get off filming this and like sit down with like a calendar and be like, so these are all the things that I need to read by their due date, and these are the things I want to read. That's how my brain works. I just need to get on paper, you know? The other housekeeping things that I want to chat about is Literally Dead Book Club is reading Dead But Dreaming of Sheep by Paul Tremblay. I'm nervous about this one. I'm gonna be really honest. There's just something about like a Paul Tremblay, but like it's also sci-fi and it's supposed to like have humor to it. I'm not sure. I don't know. We're gonna have to wait and see, but I have access to the audiobook for this one. I decided to skip on Aardvark releases. I wasn't gonna pick up a physical copy just in case I don't like it. And then for the 4Bs book club that Aaliyah hosts with me and Richie, we're going to be reading the final published book for the Colony Cowboy Mail Order Bride series by Ursa Dax. We're not going to be able to talk about it for a little while. The next book, book number 9, comes out September 30th. I don't know how we're going to cope. I really don't. But I will be at least reading maybe perhaps the one that I'm dreading the most to even read, which is like such a bummer note to be like, ugh, about the book we're about to pick up after the last one being 4.5 stars. We're going to be reading Longing for the Alien Lawman. This is Warden Hallen's book, and I'm just not sure about him. So we're gonna have to wait and see on that. And then the other book we're going to tandem read with it, or like pair with it, which have no correlation whatsoever. We're going to be reading Fantasticland together. We'll have a little discussion, chit chat about that, which is on my Summerween TBR. So it all connects and works very well together. So I'm looking forward to the reads. I am realizing that it is a lot, and I probably should have thought about this in June when it was like happening. But you know what? I am in high spirits. I'm having a good time, and I like reading. The only problem is World Beyond Numbers is kind of consuming my every waking thought. That and Town to City, like I really have maybe 3 core personality traits, which is reading, D&D podcasts or actual play in general, and video games. And right now it's Town to City. So if you're curious where I am and what I'm up to in the month of July, that's probably gonna be it. So with all of that said, I got some organizing to do. Let me know down in the comments what you are planning to read on this July, or if there's a release that you're looking forward to, and I will see you guys in the next video very soon. Thank you. Bye.